All right, one, two, three. We're here with Nikki Giavasis. I'm so happy you joined us, hosted by myself, Michael, and Ian here at the Billionaires Club.
Hey,
So
very
great
nice
to have you.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
What's going on? We just caught you what are you at a hotel? You were in the swimming pool?
Yeah, I was in the swimming pool. I didn't know if we were definitely going to do this, but you caught me and we were making it work.
All right, awesome. I'm so happy we did.
I was just doing a little background search on you, and I saw you were in like two of the movies that I happen to really enjoy, and I don't really watch TV. Eagle
Which
Eye?
ones?
Eagle Eye?
Oh, yes.
Yes? That was you?
Yeah.
And then also the Zohan. Don't mess
Yep.
with Zohan, right?
I didn't even know this, Nikki. He's telling me. I'm like, wait, really? That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I'm like, I love those movies. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have lines, but you can see me on the screen. I was what was I? A waitress, actually. So there's a scene where he bumps me and you can definitely see.
Oh, I have that same moment too with the movie Confessions of a Shopaholic when I was in college.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just bumped into the girl on set, whatever, and then like they showed my face, and from there, I was walking from one class to another, and people they were like, "Oh, we saw you in that movie," and I was like, "I didn't have any lines, but okay, all right, yeah."
Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I didn't know that. I know you've done so many other things, of course, since I've known you, but didn't know that at all. He's telling me all these different movies. I'm like, what? That's crazy. But Nikki, I'm so happy you came on. I know all these amazing things that are happening with you, with your daughter, with grandkids, your own career, which you've been really focused at for so long. I've known you for quite some time. But for those listening, like who is Nikki Giavasis? If you could just brief it, not to go so detailed. I know there's so much. But like what's the upbringing and whatnot? You're an author. Now I know you're an actor. Like what's the breakdown?
Well, I started as an NFL cheerleader in high school, and that's how I became an author. And then I was modeling and acting since I was in high school. So that's always been something I've done. So I don't really, give out my resume. I just do it and I just like chalk it up. And so people will say, "Oh, I've seen you in this or that, or this magazine or that magazine." I'm like, "Oh, yes." But I've mostly focused on being a businesswoman and on my kids. So all my business deals and all my inspirational stuff. I think that's been my premise of like what set the foundation for me is I've always been inspiring people ever since my space.
I picked that up from the ground. Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, like what's a title, right? Like you never really need to go after a title. You just do you, what you're inspired into or what you're in, you're just going about it and just doing it.
Empowering other women. Yes.
Yeah, that's my passion, actually.
Yeah.
It's always been my passion.
That's kind of like what I'm trying to do as well, too, through Billionaires Club.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
people need it now more than ever.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. So yeah, Nikki, I know I met you like it had to be like 10 years ago now, right? I don't even know. Crazy.
It had to be 10 because you came to my my shoot.
Yeah,
the jewelry.
Yeah, you were doing a calendar shoot. So I know you were doing the calendar. That's how I met you, Ian. I met her with like doing the jewelry placement, like I was telling you about with my father's jewelry business, and she was super dope. I saw her from the gram back in the day, and then I know you did so many amazing things. It's so cool to see what you've been doing over the years. Now you became a grandmother, right? Which you're like so young and so beautiful. It's like, but so you have Taylor who had one baby, but now you have another baby, right? Taylor, grandchild.
You guys had babies back to back. She just had a daughter.
When did she have her baby? The second
July 7th.
Okay, July 27th. Okay, my baby was August 22. So cute. Her first child too. And who's her husband now? I know he's a YouTuber, right?
Yes, Nash Greer. He's so sweet. I love him.
Yeah, he seems so successful. The babies are like adorable. I'm like looking at her first baby. And Taylor's such a sweetie. I remember meeting her back in the day. Such a sweetie.
Yeah.
So
she was at the shoot.
What?
She was at the shoot, but yeah, the first baby is my best friend. I'm about to go see him after this, actually. Actually, both babies.
Yeah, no, I remember when she was at the shoot, she was so young. It's just crazy to see, like I'm saying, like just watching you grow up over these years, your whole family. It's just so amazing, so special. But anyhow, aside from that, Nikki, like what's the day-to-day today? I know you're doing so many different things, but what are you focused on now aside from the grandchildren and family?
Well, I'm focusing on my podcast because I had it launched last year, but it was just audio. So now we're doing video. And I have fitness clothing, I have fitness supplements, I have fitness body shaping. And I'm doing a lot of deals with some big companies that I can't talk about yet, but it's going to be really awesome when I get to share. But I'm focusing on the business of marketing and brand strategizing a lot. So a
Oh,
lot of big deals, a lot of big names.
I love it. No, I love it. I see your engagement is crazy, not to be speaking like that on that perspective, but I love it. Like you have such a great, like really authentic, audience. It's really amazing. Your whole family, I feel like I want to see it. Like I'm waiting for you to do something big, and you already always are, but like I'm on the vibe you're on, and you really have a bright whole lane, which I don't need to tell you. I know you're savvy, so you know.
Yeah, I took some time off. I took some time to focus on family, and I was also sick, and I moved, and now I'm established where I want to be back in Calabasas. I'm in my home space, and it's just great things happening. So it's like an exciting time.
Oh, I love it, 100%. So let me ask you, Nikki, like real quick before you go, as we have another pod too to take care of, and I know you have stuff to do. You're at a hotel, doing your thing. But what would you say, like so throughout your career, you did modeling, you've written books, and then not to label all these things, but and then you did acting, right? And then what else did you do? I know you were involved with other things as well. Like I think something, or you were featured in Forbes, or you were a contributor at Forbes too, or am I mistaken?
Oh yeah, they featured me as one of the top influencers to follow, but I think they were focusing on all the deals I do because I was kind of influencing before it was called influencing. So, I was at the start of Instagram when it was like you had to be like a celebrity, or you had to be,
You had to be
somebody.
like Justin Bieber's like girlfriend or something. Yeah.
Right. It was different then. And
Yeah.
like everything I did would go viral. And I took all of the opportunities that were coming to me, and I took my management business, which I had since 2002, and I started taking every brand deal and booking all of the other influencers, and that catapulted me to a higher level than just an influencer. So that's why they focused on me, because of all the deals I was doing.
I love that. I love that. Ian, did you just hear what she said?
Yeah, I love
This
that.
is back in the day. She was lit, is lit still, but like lit when no one was, right? You had you were really active, very consistent. Yeah,
Forbes did an article on me too, as one of the influencers to follow, but it was in 2016.
They were twins.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No, it's so dope. I love that you started to like manage other influencers. That's what I recall something like management. It was like in your bio or some sort. So you got other influencers deals and started like orchestrating that, right?
Putting the deals together. Yeah, that's how you really stand out. I can see that.
Yeah, I took a lot of companies from like the start. It was like, dentists, doctors, brands, and they would go from the beginning to they'd be like the celebrity go to whatever it was, or like they'd go from nothing to like Forbes status, making tens of millions of dollars, all of them. So I probably made at least 500 million for everybody I worked with. Just add it up.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Now, and I know you're always around like other, women like yourself, or more so, I feel a lot, coming up, building those relationships. Yeah, no, I've seen what you've been doing, and it's amazing. I kind of do something similar now with other outlets where I have a lot of different channels that we advertise through, not just my own. And that's really the way to grow, right? You get bigger and bigger, you get to really manage a bit more and scale a bit more. And I feel that I always want to say I love you because I've watched you from a young age, and I flew right out to you when you were like, yo, let's do some. I dropped my whole bag, left my hat on the floor, I went right to see you. But now just watching you on a business level, you really like you put it out there and in like a really sweet way. It resonates with me, I have to say, and I'm sure you have that type of audience too that feels that, like they learn from you, and it's like, I don't know, it's dope just to watch you, you know. So I love everything you do. And I had to have you on. Ian's like, Mike, you've been persistent with Nikki. You really want to have her on here, you know?
Yeah.
But it's all love.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will never forget you coming. I love you for that. That was like an awesome time, and just like to stay consistent and to keep inspiring people and stay, you know, true to my morality and my virtues and my integrity, and let that be what resonates with people. That makes me happy because they like that I'm a nice person, but I also do good business. They can trust me.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's everything. So let me ask you, Nikki, like another rant, just to jump into a different thought. A lot of people ask us to exit. It's like fruitful and whatnot. What's like your morning routine that has kept you so driven like this, to where you just keep killing it, you keep growing and growing? Like, is there something that goes on in the morning that just keeps you going? Because we found that, that's to be something special goes on there.
Yeah. I'm actually really, oh God, I'm a stickler about my morning routine. So I wake up, I do my affirmations, I pray, I meditate, I do yoga, I stretch. And I have to do all of that before I start my day. And I know it'd probably be better to end my day like that, but I like to start my day with that clean slate.
Okay.
It's like, and like then after that, I'll, you know, go get a real workout. I might get 2 workouts, but I like to like get the body moving after the mind gets moving.
I love it. I love it. Super dope. And you know what? Let me ask you something too. Like for other women that are watching, or anyone, entrepreneurs that are successful or up and coming, what's something that you've learned that has been maybe an obstacle, or maybe even a really good moment, successful moment that was like memorable or meaningful in any extent? Like something maybe to start with an obstacle perspective, like throughout your journey, something that was just hard that you kept pushing through, that maybe someone is going through could resonate a bit, you know, to get to where you are today. Is there anything that comes to mind? Not to put you on the spot.
Well, I had a deal in London, and there was a lot of hurdles, and I kept pushing through. They kind of tried to go with different people. They put out feelers, so they made the deal harder. It ended up being for Cedric the Entertainer and Keisha Cole, but they wanted several names. But because they were putting out feelers trying to get the best deal, they ended up doubling their rate. And I still closed the deal, made it work, got everybody to London. It was an ordeal because it was during the US Open. There was a lot of celebrities. And it was just the fact that I didn't quit and I didn't back down, and I made sure that I got the deal. It's like you have to have that perseverance, and you have to push through no matter what the obstacles are. So despite all the obstacles, I got everybody there. I killed it. And I'm so glad, because that kind of set the tone for a lot of other deals, because I was known for making that happen despite all of the nonsense that kind of happened around it.
And like, if you don't mind, what kind of deals, like what would this be? Like just you're connecting the dots with talent and that the event space or location. Like what exactly is an event or deal like that?
That was at the Natural History Museum. So it was a person's birthday, and they had a very big budget. And so it was a head of a bank. And so his wife was procuring the talent. They wanted, you know, family friendly. They were really about like certain people. They didn't want anybody that was kind of, you know, questionable in terms of what they did in their personal life. So they were very specific who they wanted. And it was a birthday surprise. So they just went there, they performed, they did some talking, but it was a lot of work for about 5 minutes of time.
Wow. Interesting. That's crazy. I'm like, I know you do so much stuff, and I know we have a short period. So it's like, I don't even know which one to dive in with you, because I genuinely want to ask you about everything, because I just love it. Like I'm even still stuck on, not to bounce back, like how you got into the Zohan and all these different movies. Ian, before you came on, Ian and I are just going through the IMDb. I'm looking at your press. Like you have so much amazing stuff going on, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I didn't know that you were really doing all that too at those events and whatnot. But another thing I really want to ask you, and I don't want to get personal, but you know, too personal at all. I won't, I don't think. It's all love. But like, what's up with Taylor? So now she's with this YouTuber that we touched on. You mentioned his name. He looks super awesome. I went into his stuff. Like my team is like, I have younger staff. They're like 22. You know, I'm not too into the YouTube world too much. You know, I think I was just out of it. But they're like, yo, he's dope. We know him, his YouTube channel. What's like the story with that? So Taylor met, what's his name? Noah? Or what?
No, that's the daughter's name. His name is
Oh,
Nat.
his name is Nash.
Yeah, Nash
Okay,
Greer.
Greer.
So,
Yes, I know the last name. I know that last name. But so he's a YouTuber, and then he met your daughter, right? Is that basically it?
yeah, they met. I think they were like 15. They were at a party and they FaceTimed me. And from that moment that they FaceTimed me, that they were like, I think her ex-boyfriend was at the party and they just, I don't know, they hit it off right then.
I didn't want to say his name, but I remember I have such a good memory that he was at like when I met you guys, like he was with her at the shoot, some other guy. That kid, that's why I'm like, oh wait, because my boys are telling me before the pod today, they're like, yo, like ask her about him. I want to know because he's super dope. And I was like, wait, but I met Taylor with some other dude that was really cool too. But okay,
Yeah.
it's funny. So that's how they met while this person was even at the party or whatever. And I guess you
Yeah.
love this kid. They all hit it off.
I mean, I love him so much. He comes from a great family. I love the whole family. He's from North Carolina. And he just has awesome, like he's like a mini me. It's, you know how you end up dating someone that's like your parent? It's like he's
Yes.
like me to a T. It's like everything that he does, I do. It probably drives her crazy a lot of times because we're so similar. But
Yeah.
I know that she's in good hands. And ever since she got with him, I was like, I have peace of mind. And that's like what's so important.
Yeah, no, I feel the energy when I see the pictures. I'm like, oh, this is like awesome because he's entrepreneurial and he's probably similar. He loves what Taylor loves. I feel the vibes, and then the babies. Ian, you got to check her daughter out and the kids. These kids are gorgeous. Like, I haven't seen her most recent baby. The picture's been so busy, but yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful. The whole family.
Yeah, no, I could tell the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Right? Look how beautiful she is. So beautiful. But yeah, Nikki, so with respect to the time, I know you're at a hotel, enjoy. And, on the last thought, think about us, we're with you, with the Billionaires Club, with the Luxury Lifestyle Magazine, you're big into marketing, you have so many endeavors. We're in your corner, so all righty?
Awesome. Well, let's do some things. I'm ready.
Thank you.
It's so
Yeah,
good
let's
talking
do
to
it.
you. You.
Yes, always so lovely. Thank you so much. Say hello to Taylor and the fam, all right?
I will. So much love to you.
All right. Love.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode. We upload a new episode every Friday at 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. We as well greatly appreciate those that have subscribed to the channel. We appreciate the love and the support. Lastly, if you've missed last week's episode, tune into the episode right here.